Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another video. Over the weekend, we got an update with the expansion set 11 and 12, including the Unison Cards and the new leaders. So I want to go over that stuff with you today. It's a lot of important information, a lot of ruling updates to the Unison Cards themselves. They also changed the effects of the Unison Cards coming out of the expansion set. They mentioned here that the effects that we saw before were kind of just like placeholder effects, I guess, until they're ready to reveal the whole thing. But guys, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss a video. If you want to help the channel out, lots of free ways to do that. You can watch an ad, maybe like this video, maybe share it if you think it's good. And finally, guys, if you want to buy or pre-order any of the cards you see in today's video, you can use my link in the description to either Bearded Collectibles or TCG Player. With that being said, let's get right on into this. We'll go over the ruling stuff first, and then we'll see how the cards have changed. So, Dragon Ball Super Card Game says, expansion set 11 and 12 leader and Unison Cards. We'd like to thank our fans for your constant support and understanding during the ongoing COVID-19 situation. While we have pushed back the release of expansion set 11 and 12, we have some exciting reveals today to tide you over. Here are the first Unison Cards and two new leaders available in expansion set 11 Universe 7 Unison and expansion set 12 Universe 11 Unison, respectively. Fans will notice the effects of the Unison Cards are different from those in the Unison Warriors series trailer, which were temporary placeholders. We will have more cards revealed in the upcoming weeks, so please stay tuned to our page for more details. Additionally, here is the preliminary Q&A for Unison Cards for reference. This Q&A and the general rules will be updated on our website soon. Question 1. You activate a Unison Cards -1 skill. Can you activate that card's +2 skill later in the same turn? No, you can't. So they've mentioned that before, that the marker effects, the minus and plus effects, are hard once per turn, even though it doesn't say it on the card itself. It's implied in the rules. That's very important to know, and I guess they're specifying it here with this Q&A. Question 2. You have a Unison card with 2 markers on it. Can you activate its -3 skill? No, you can't activate it, as you can't pay for the -3 skill's cost. Now, I think that if you had 3 counters on it and then activated the -3 and it went to 0, I'm pretty sure the Unison card would die, because I'm pretty sure we'll see a few more things here that indicate if the card has 0 markers, it'll be placed in the drop area. So during a battle where your Unison card is being attacked, can you combo? No, you can't. During battles where Unison cards are attacked, there is no defense step. That's really interesting, actually. So I read somewhere else that they can be attacked in active mode, just like a leader. So basically at any time, your Unison card is going to be susceptible to being attacked and you can't even defend it. That's really strange. Now, I read another great comment by Richard Zapp talking about how this is a great way to play around a rival. And that is really good. I definitely think it's a really good way to play around a rival. You attack your opponent's Unison card, they're not able to combo defensively, and you can kind of do whatever you want to do offensively. You can offensively a rival. That actually seems pretty abusable, the fact that they can't respond with their own arrival in the defense step. But that's a really interesting design choice. I wonder why they decided to go with that. I also read another comment from David Fashbinder, one of the head judges of the game, that if the Unison card is attacked, it takes damage in the form of its markers. So let's say you have a regular 15k attacking a 15k Unison card, that at the end of that damage, the Unison card will take 1 marker off of it. And then if it was a double strike, it would take 2 markers off, triple strike 3 markers, etc. You know, I guess I don't really think critical does anything specific to Unison cards, but you know, if you attack twice with a dual attacker, you can take 2 markers off of a Unison card. So that seems to be the way that the Unison cards, their life works in a sense. So pretty interesting note there. So let's go on with the rest of this Q&A. During a battle where your Unison card's attacking, can you combo? Yes, you can. Now, I wonder if the Unison cards go to rest mode when they attack. I imagine they would, just like a leader or a battle card. If the skills on a Unison card in your Unison area are negated, are the markers placed on that card removed? No, they're not. That's very important. That's very important to know. So even if your opponent has like a cold bloodlust or some type of thing, which we actually still don't know if those affect Unison cards, because they do specify battle cards, like the battle card your opponent has played has its skills negated. We don't know if that affects Unison cards. And that's still one of the Q&A things that I would like to know. I'm imagining, because of the wording, because they are Unison cards and not battle cards, I'm going to imagine that Denial of Hope, Vegeta the Cruel, Cold Bloodlust, I'm going to imagine those types of things don't work on Unison cards. But that's one of the things we don't quite know yet, how counterplay will work with these guys. But anyways, I want to get into this. I want to see the new effect text on the Unison cards and the new leaders themselves. So Go Tanks Unison of Rage, we read this before, but they did change the effect text, so that is important. Specified 2 red, X cost, 15k power, auto. When your leader card's power is decreased by a skill, it gets plus 10,000 power for the turn. Interesting. Activate main, +1 marker. And again, these plus minus effects are once per turn. Choose up to one card in your life, add it to your hand. then choose one of your leader cards, and it gets minus 5,000 power for the turn. So that auto right there will trigger to give your leader 10,000. So you take 5 away, you give it plus 5. Pretty crazy. Activate main, choose one of your leader cards, and it gets minus 5,000 power for the turn. Look at your opponent's hand, choose up to one multicolored battle card or battle card with 10,000 power or less in it, and place it in the owner's drop area. Very, very interesting. So your +1 marker is essentially super free because, yeah, you're taking 5,000 away from your leader, but your leader immediately gets 10,000. So it basically says give your leader a 5,000 boost and then +1 marker. And then later on, you get to use the -2 effect, which is pretty nuts, where you get to look at your opponent's hand, kill a multicolored card. So that punishes a rival even further, or any battle card, but it has to have 10,000 power or less. So I guess that's a pretty interesting trade-off they went with there. You either kill any multicolored battle card or a very, very small battle card, like a 1-drop, maybe a 2-drop. Pretty interesting, but now that we're going to see how this works out with the Vegeta leader here. So Vegeta, he is a U7 leader. That's important to note. He is also a red leader. I know the color scheme around him doesn't really show that, but in the bottom right, we can see that he's a red leader. Vegeta, auto, when this card attacks, draw 1. Awaken, when your life's at 4 or less, or your opponent has 3 or more energy, and you have a red Unison card with a specified cost of 2 in play, you may draw 2 cards, choose cards in your life, and add them to your hand until you have 6 life left, and flip this card over. Pretty crazy here. So you get to awaken no matter what, whether you're being attacked or not attacked. And that's pretty insane as long as you have the Unison card. So they're really, really pushing you to play the Unison card. The leader is pretty vanilla on the unawakened side until you read the Awaken effect. The Awaken effect is pretty complicated, but basically, if your opponent has 3 energy, whether it's your turn to their turn, as long as you have the Unison card in play, you awaken, you draw 2, and then if you're stuck at 8 life, you get to take 2 life, which is pretty awesome. It's really good against certain decks like Piccolo Surge, for example, Hatchhyak, random things that just aren't ever going to attack you. So that's pretty good. Let's read the Awakened side. Vegeta, candidate of destruction. Auto, once per turn when this card attacks, draw 1. Auto, once per turn when this card's power is decreased by a skill, it gains dual attack. So again, this is perfect with the Gotenks Unison card. You use the +1 marker or the -2 marker, whatever you're able to use. You give -5 to your leader. Sorry, let's get this notification out here. You give -5 to your leader, and then it gains a 10k immediately. So that's a 20k dual attacker. That's really good synergy with the Gotenks Unison card, and it's really good pressure from the leader. 20k dual attack, that's 2 swings at either 2 20k battle cards, 2 swings at their leader if you're pushing for game. This is a very, very powerful effect. Definitely don't sleep on this leader. It is kind of unfortunate that it awakens and draws 2, doesn't give you any energy back, but with a blue-red engine, that could be very, very not problematic. You know, that we thought that originally Unison cards were going to kind of tie you into playing monocolor decks, but it doesn't really seem like that's the case anymore, at least from the effect text change on Gotenks. So this can easily be a blue-red deck that can pretty easily manipulate energy and get a lot of powerful swings through the leader. Next up, Vegeta Unison of Fury. Let's see how this has changed. 2 specified yellow, 15k power, activate main once per turn. Choose this card or one of your battle cards and switch it to rest mode. Add a marker to this card. So interesting here how this can be attacked whether it's in active mode or rest mode, as far as I know. So if you don't want to attack with this guy, pretty easy. You just tap him to rest mode, and then you get the extra marker, which is pretty cool. Both of his effects are minus markers. -1, activate main. Your opponent can't attack with battle cards with an energy cost greater than their current energy until the end of their next turn. This card's nuts. I mean, one of the most crazy cards we're seeing in the format right now is Cell Xeno. Next to that, you have crazy cards like Gogeta 7. You have cards like the successor 9-drop Android 17, Super 17 rather. So this card is actually amazing for that. And if this can't be hit by counterplays like Preemptive Strike, then this card is a free stick to stop strategies like that, which is pretty crazy. Activate main -3. Choose up to one of your opponent's energy. Switch it to rest mode. Then this card gets plus 5,000 power, double strike, and dual attack for the turn. So again, I believe if it goes to 0 markers, this card will die. So you need to cast this for at least 4, or, you know, at some point add another marker to it, which is pretty easy to do. I mean, you can actually pay 3 energy for this, which is not too crazy. And then you can like tap one of your other battle cards, like maybe a 1-drop or something you don't care about. Tap that, give this another marker. And then on turn 3, you have the double strike dual attack that tapped an opponent's energy. Could have tapped their 1 defensive energy. That's pretty powerful. So this card definitely seems very, very strong. I think it was only a slight change from what it was before. Toppo, when this card attacks, draw 1. Finally getting a Toppo leader, by the way. That's pretty dope. Awaken, when it lays 4 or less, or you have a yellow Unison card with a specified cost of 2 in play, you may choose up to 2 of your energy, switch them to active mode, then choose cards in your life, add them to your hand until you have 6 life left, and flip this card over. Okay, so Toppo untaps 2 energy, and he's a yellow leader, so pretty powerful already. Let's see what the backside does. Toppo, Candidate of Destruction. Auto when this card attacks, draw 1 card. Permanent. If you have a yellow Unison card with a specified cost of 2 in play, when a player plays a battle card, that player cannot play battle cards for the turn. This is a pretty powerful floodgating effect, kind of reminiscent of something like Hatchhyak, which limits the number of attacks you can get. But this limits the number of battle cards you're able to play, which is pretty nuts. And it limits both players, which is important to note. But again, the Unison cards seem like they can just be attacked pretty easily. So we'll see how much impact they end up having on the game. But I don't know. It's really weird. I feel like they might have overtuned the balancing a bit. But I don't know. Maybe there's a really good reason why you can't defend when your Unison card's attacked. We'll see what ends up happening. But guys, I think these leaders and these Unison cards are very, very powerful. I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time.